Almost 30 years ago, the doctors told Jonathan's parents not to expect him to live long. Practically mute, born with cerebral palsy, and perpetually challenged. What's the man to do? Everything.
Hello, everyone. The voice that you just heard is my good friend and fellow homeschool high school graduate, Angela Peavey, and we're here today to talk about Angie's career in the performing arts and also a special new project she's working on, a documentary about her brother Jonathan, who was referenced in the open, called Our Beautiful Secret. Angie, it's good to have you here today.
Hi, Andrew. Good to see you again.
So, Angie, to start out, how long have you been involved in the performing arts?
Well, I have been in the performing art industry, in the entertainment industry for over 20 years now. However, professionally, for the last, I'd say 13 years.
And what would you say is the most well-known project that you've been in? I know you're part of the Screen Actors Guild. Is that correct?
Yeah, I am a Screen Actors Guild actress. I have been in, countless TV commercials, movies. I studied at Second City in Chicago and Detroit. I was in the movie Tug, with Haley Duff, Yeardley Smith, who does the voiceover work for The Simpsons, I think, and then Sam Huntington. I was also in, Ralph and Me, First Date, 30 Minutes or Less. I've done, I was also a main voice in Children's Bible Hour as well.
So quite an extensive resume there, and we actually kind of have a Children's Bible Hour connection. I don't know if you knew that, but I was on Children's Bible Hour in 1994 as a company corner guest.
Oh, okay.
So I missed the old CBH days and the rallies and all that good stuff, but it's kind of neat to realize how small the world is.
Yeah.
So the main topic of our discussion today is the movie Our Beautiful Secret. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. It's actually the story about my brother Jonathan and our family. It's about our family living a normal life, but in abnormal circumstances. In 1992, Jonathan, well, I should start off with he was born with cerebral palsy. He had so many challenges medically, physically, personally. In 1992, surgery took part of his legs. He had to have surgery, so he lost part of it. In 96, he got a feeding tube, so he lost his ability to taste. And then in 2006, he had another surgery. He had got a tracheotomy, so he lost his voice. So each time he was given the option to either to survive by giving up, a physical part of himself or letting go. In each case, Jonathan chose to live, and so it's really about celebrating adversity, how he's overcome physical challenges with grace and dignity. And what's really exciting that in 2010 he participated in his very first marathon. So it's about, not only overcoming all of those challenges, but, you can actually go and do wonderful things in this life.
So what would you say to people that look at Jonathan and don't see what you see? I mean, there's a lot of people who would look at Jonathan and say, he can't do much. He just sits there in the chair. What is your response to that kind of question?
I would say, you don't know Jonathan. I would say go up and say hi to him. He's a normal person, just like you and me. He just communicates differently. And, once you do get to know him, he will open himself up and he will communicate to you. And it's very obvious what he's saying and what he wants. And, he just wants to have a friendship like everybody else.
Well, I can definitely relate to Jonathan in a lot of ways because I have CP. I thank the Lord every day that I have the ability to communicate and to do things like this radio show. It's been exciting to be a part of and actually having my own radio show. It's been something that I wanted to do since I was 7 years old, and I'm out there proving that I can overcome my obstacles, and Jonathan's just doing the same thing, and that's exciting. Adam, did you have any questions that you would like to pose to our guest?
What would be one question? I think, well, I gotta say that's just really awesome how you guys have embraced that. I've seen a lot of situations where people get, slowed down. They're like, I have to deal with this. So kudos to you on that. That's really awesome. For a question I hear a lot that I'm curious for the answer of too is how can people help families that are going through that right now, in the sense of, because life has to be a little different. There has to be certain things set up for cerebral palsy. I know some people are in wheelchairs and such. What's one way that people can help, even if it's by praying for you?
That's one thing we definitely touch in the movie itself as well. We talk about a lot of the good and the bad growing up with it. But one thing somebody could do is, Jonathan had so many surgeries growing up, and just bringing over a meal, or just saying, hey, you're going through something right now. Can I give you a hug? Just knowing that, you have that genuine connection between person and person. I think that right there would go, the extra mile.
I like what you said there about it can be simple things. Sometimes we think it has to be this complex thing, this $50,000 donation. But what most people really want, at least on a personal level, is just somebody to hug them, like you said, and not necessarily have to come up with an answer. We some of us like to be fixers, and sometimes all that needs to happen is they need to have a listening ear, and they need to be available to hear us or hear you talk through problems and deal with them on a very real level. So I think it's very significant that it can be a simple thing, but simple things go a long way. So, Angie, why did you decide? What was the process of you deciding to make this film? Why did you decide to do it?
Well, first of all, this is what I do for a living. I make films. I do entertainment. So, making a movie is second nature to me. This process of this particular story has been going on for years. A good friend of mine, Stephanie Brooks, and I used to teach together at a local community theater, and she heard about my brother Jonathan, and she just absolutely fell in love with him right away. And so from there, we decided, that was over 10 years ago, we wanted to do this, but it just wasn't the right time, and we just didn't have the right, story ideas. And then, about 2.5 years ago, I contacted her again, and I'm just like, I want to do this, but I want to make it a documentary. I don't want to make up some character that is kind of like Jonathan or based off Jonathan. I need to tell Jonathan's story because it's so incredibly amazing. And so it just started from there. And then 2.5 years later, here we are sitting, doing this radio interview, and it's almost finished.
Do you have a general idea of when it's coming out?
Yeah, I do. It's actually coming out in 2013. We're going to be releasing it here locally in the West Michigan area. Chances are probably in February. But, of course, the DVD will hopefully be available before then.
And are you going to do some film festivals along the way?
Most definitely. That's our main means of what we're going to be doing right now is, trying to enter it into different film festivals and just trying to get that type of exposure. We've already won a Telly Award for this production, so that's pretty cool. So.
And so are you planning to have DVDs available for purchase in the future?
We will. Yeah, I do plan on having it, and you can actually purchase one once they're available on our website, which is www.ourbeautifulsecretmovie.com.
And is there any specific way, other than prayer, we kind of covered that, but is there any specific way that people can help you right now with Our Beautiful Secret?
Most definitely. You can get onto our Facebook page and start telling people, all about the film. Word of mouth is definitely fantastic. So come on to our Facebook page, Our Beautiful Secret Movie, and become our friend and like us.
And that's just you go to Facebook and you put Our Beautiful Secret in the search box.
Yep.
And you'll pull it up.
Correct.
So if you heard it here, if you want more information about this film, and Angie posts some behind the scenes stuff from time to time, so it can be an exciting place to be.
Yeah, I mean, every week I post anywhere between 2 to 3 posts a week, and it's coming directly from me, and it's behind the scenes photos, different experts from the script, and all that fun stuff.
when you think about this project and you think about when you contemplate the end result, what is the biggest lesson that you want people to take away from the film?
I want them to know, of course, about Jonathan and about how incredibly special he is. But more important than that, I want disability awareness and education, just to know that, just because they are different doesn't mean they're, an alien. You can actually have a good friendship with them. And, it's just about embracing differences.
Well, there you have it. Adam, it sounds pretty exciting.
It does. I can't wait to see. I want to see that movie when it comes out. I'll bring the popcorn, and it's going to be a great time.
Well, who knows? We might even be able to do something in conjunction with the podcast as we approach the premiere. So, but anyway, I just want to close with a verse that kind of talks about what we've been talking about today. It's from Psalm 139, 13 and 14. And it says, "For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, my soul knows it very well." And that's Psalm 139, 13 and 14 in the English Standard Version. And with that, I will say to you, have a great weekend, and as always, keep serving the best of masters.